Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe, and we're producing this episode for GoodCrowd.info. Our guest today is Robert Selliah, who is in the middle of a crowdfunding campaign on Fundly to raise $500,000 for his nonprofit organization. He's got about 10,000 so far. Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Devin. Great to be here.
Well, we're thrilled to have you and excited about the great work that you're doing. Robert, you were on the show once before, a couple of years ago when I first got introduced to you, and it was exciting to learn about your ideas at the time. It's been fun to track your progress and see the maturing of the idea and the clarity you're bringing to it now. But tell us about what American MedChem is all about.
So American MedChem is a non-profit 501c3 pharmaceutical research and development organization. So this is where it can get a little confusing for people, because we never think of pharmaceuticals and non-profit, right? Especially today, we don't. So our focus is to bring medicines for children with rare and neglected diseases. Unfortunately, pharmaceutical industry is unable to support these children because there are no market drivers. So, but there are 20 million children in the US, 200 million children worldwide, about 7,000 rare diseases. 95% of these diseases don't have any particular medicine. Today, we have come up in the genetics technology where we can diagnose these diseases for children, but diagnosis alone is useless if there is no medicine. So the idea as a social enterprise, as a nonprofit technology organization, is to carry out the research, seek philanthropic help, seek grant support, community funding through crowd support, and carry out the research, because it's the same technology that we use to create targeted precision medicines for adults is also usable for children's diseases. So we are focused on that, and we want to help children who are sick to have a good quality of life.
This means a lot to me, Robert, and I don't know that I've ever shared this story with you as we've talked in the past, but my family, my extended family, my immediate family doesn't experience this, but my extended family experiences a disease that you'd probably recognize called ornithine transcarbamylase deficiency, I believe.
Yes.
And it has left a number of my cousins dead.
Yes.
So I have attended a number of funerals in my life for babies.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget one that passed away. What would it be? It would be about 15 years ago. One of my cousins, actually it was my cousin's son in this case. She had a baby and with this disease, the OTC deficiency, and we did I didn't do it. The doctors did a liver transplant. It didn't go well. They did another. It didn't go well. And this poor baby was in the ICU for about 6 weeks before he finally passed away. Yeah. And so I have just a glimpse into what it's like for families to experience this terrible pain and loss of having a sick child without good treatments available. So I just am thrilled and excited about the great work that you are doing. Tell us a little bit about the progress you're making.
So in 2013, we got our 501c3 status as a nonprofit. And since then, we have built an excellent board of directors. We built this board as a technology organization with some community penetration. So you will see we have about more than 60 years of pharmaceutical industry experience at the board level. So, we want to project ourselves as a technology organization. And so that was the focus of building the board. We have, locally, we have, I'm so sorry. The name slips my mind. It'll come to me. So sorry. Alan Beggs from Boston Children's, Jim Jensen from, he was at NPS Pharmaceutical locally. He's a co-founder.
Great man.
And Willard Deer, who is heading up, that's the name I was slipping my mind. Sorry about that, Will. But Will Deer is heading up personalized medicine at University of Utah Healthcare. He has 25 years of industry experience. So we have put that together, and then we have recently launched on the major fundraising campaign. Our initial goal is to raise $500,000. We are doing a parallel crowdfunding to get the community behind this project, as well as doing a major philanthropic fundraising to reach wealthy people who can support this program for the long term.
And it is exciting to see you kind of reach this new milestone and progress, because I know this has been something you've worked on for a long time, and it's great to see this really start to get traction, so that we can put the dream into action.
Indeed. I truly believe, Devin, that this is a huge community project, because as you have experienced with your extended family's experience, I mean, the difficulties, there are these children in our schools and in our churches and in our communities. And when I talk to the community about this, they want to be part of it. So families who have lost a child want to be part of this. They want to do their 5Ks and the bake sales and the cookie sales and the lemonade sales. When they bring their gifts of money and be part of this work, I think we'll be working wonders in the community of creating hope for these families. Even though they have lost a child, they know that other children have an opportunity down. So there's an urgency, as you can imagine.
Yeah, there really is. There really is. I wonder, I want to kind of get into your head just personally a little bit. Robert, why do you care about this issue? What motivated you to start? I don't know that I've ever gleaned that from you in our conversations.
So I'm a pharmaceutical industry veteran, if you want to call that. 20 years in the industry. I have a PhD in chemistry. I call myself fondly as a molecular architect. Fellows like me are the ones who design drugs. Patients who take these pills don't know that there are medicinal chemists who actually create these medicines, right? So our molecules are not visible to the naked eye. So the subject is very thrilling to me, that we can actually create these medicines. And it was suddenly, I think, I came across this idea of children and rare diseases, and why not? Why is there them? Because we were embarking as an industry into personalized medicine, and children don't have these medicines, and the answer was it's not profitable. So as an entrepreneur, to solve this problem, and the social enterprise, nonprofit philanthropic model is what popped into my head. And the fact of the matter, Devin, is that we were all children once. We survived childhood. We were not struck down by a disease that left us impaired or killed without any medicine. But we see these children around us, and that is the connection I make to them. And that drives me, that wakes me up in the morning to do this work. Forget the profits for the time being. Let us get these medicines. And I look at it as a gift giving to our communities and to humanity, because what's the best gift that we can give sick children? It's healing medicines, right? So that's what AMC's value is about.
Well, this is just amazing, incredible work, and it fills a huge gap. As you point out, the pharmaceutical companies will not ever tackle these diseases, these orphan diseases, because there isn't an economic opportunity for them, and they aren't what you are. They aren't charitable organizations. They're not set up to donate resources at the scale required to make this happen. And so it's exciting to see you undertaking it, and I'm excited to see your results. Robert, you are really an inspiration to a lot of people, certainly to people with sick children. You're certainly an inspiration to me. Who do you look up to as a role model? Who inspires you?
Yes, in my industry, I have selected several, but let me tell you about one, and that is Jonas Salk. And you know Jonas Salk very well because you participate in polio vaccination globally. This man could have become just an MD and practiced medicine and made money and lived a good life, but he saw this gap in polio in the 1950s and dedicated his entire life to it and created this vaccine. And somebody asked him, are you patenting it? Are you going to make money on it? He says, no. His answer was, can you patent the sun? That was his answer. So, I mean, he was totally committed to this as a gift to humanity. And today, after 60 odd years, we can say that polio is eradicated globally. Community got behind it, Rotary got behind it, people like yourself got behind it. And that is what we are about, right? I mean, when you create a medicine, Devin, it has its own life for a long, long time, and it helps patients a long, long time. So Jonas Salk is my mentor, if you want. I never met him, but I call him my mentor.
That's great. He is a brilliant man, and it's a great example. And I appreciate you sharing that. It is exciting to see polio be eradicated, and it looks like 2016 should be the year that polio is finally eradicated. Now, one last question. You're really reaching for the stars here, hoping to help 200 million kids to be treated for their orphan diseases. Tell me about what we want to get from all of our guests. What I call an impact hack, a tip that would allow us to do more good in the world. What do you suggest that we do to allow ourselves to do more good?
As a community, I have come to understand this much, building bridges of trust. Trust is what drives humanity. You get into an airplane and you trust that the pilot will take you to your destination. We take for granted all these trust acts that go on. I have personally trained myself to reach out to people and tell them what we are doing, invite them to participate, and open an opportunity for all those who can participate to make a difference in whatever way they can. Keeping the doors open, building bridges of trust. I mean, impact hack, as you said, is what I'm doing. I mean, we sometimes rely a lot on technology, social media, and various things. That's very good. It's helpful. But when you reach people, magic happens.
Yeah, you're right. Well, Robert, we thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. I want you to take a minute before you go and tell people how they can learn more about American MedChem and how to support your crowdfunding campaign.
Yes. So our website has plenty of information. There are videos that you can watch. Our website is americanmedchem.org. We are running a crowdfunding campaign on Fundly. So if you go to fundly.com and type in American MedChem, it'll pop up. And we are asking for $10 from people. $10, and invite 10 of your friends to give $10 each. So each of your donations of $10 has the opportunity to magnify your generosity to $100, right? So, and that's where we reach. I look forward to seeing more activity on our Fundly site.
Fantastic. Robert, thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you every success in your crowdfunding campaign and in the great work that you're doing to save the world's children.
Thank you very much, Devin. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you.
All righty. Let's do some good.
Let's do some good.